Every year, thousands of learners apply for scholarships to enable them to proceed to the next level in their studies, be it secondary or university. This year alone, the government awarded 9,000 Elimu scholarships to needy students who sat the 2020 Kenya Certificate of Primary exam.
This out of 54,000 learners who had applied for the financial support, showing just how competitive the scholarship scheme is. Mashirima Kapombe spoke to various stakeholders on what exactly they consider before awarding the financial support to needy learners.
For 17-year-old Isaboke Janet Kemunto, lack of school fees stands in her way.
Ni wiki tatu tangu arejee nyumbani baada ya kufukuzwa shule kutokana na ukosefu wa kazi.
Of needy children unable to proceed to the next level of their education is nothing new.
Asubuhi ya leo ilikuwa nikiwasa, nikisema ya kwamba na huyu mtoto kweli itakaa nyumbani mpaka lini.
A cry for help that sometimes reaches the right ears, but for some, help is only temporary, and a subsequent appeal is the only way to ensure that sponsors walk the talk. Others apply for scholarships early on and are set for life.
As some of them look for scholarships and through community service, can we give a human face to these children?
A class is in session at the School of Business at the United States International University in Kasarani. Nicodemus Kilunda is relieved to be pursuing the next stage of his education, a degree in accounts, without worrying about fees, pocket money and his other needs.
Yes.
A month ago, he was stranded with no money. He almost lost hope of pursuing higher learning until he turned to the media. He was fortunate because at the time his story aired, Mastercard Foundation was looking out for an outstanding youth living with disability to support. Through his alma mater, they got in touch.
And they were able to bring him to Lenana. We went there, we interviewed him, and that's how we got to know who he is, and we got to know that in addition to just being a young person with disability, he's passionate as well about seeing people like him get opportunities, seeing things in the community where he comes from change.
Christine Ndisha and Seth Moiben are employees of the Equity Group Foundation. Their journey with the Equity Group began 9 years ago after sitting their KCPE.
Nilijua Wings to Fly kupitia mwalimu wetu ambaye alialika mtu kuja kutuongelesha shuleni, kisha akatupa motisha ya kwamba ukifaulu katika masomo yako utaweza kuchukuliwa na utasomeshwa. Nikaweza kujikakamua, nikapata max 362, nikaweza kujoin program.
I scored 322 marks, then I was not able to proceed to high school because of financial constraints at home. I went back in 2011 and I managed 392. Then I was picked.
Both Seth and Christine came from needy households, a key factor that is considered when shortlisting applications.
You only qualify for this scholarship if we are certain that if we don't give you the scholarship, we will not be able to take your place in secondary schools.
Dr. Mwangi corroborates that the scale of need in the country is high. This year alone, they received 114,000 applications. A partnership of Equity Wings to Fly and government's Elimu Scholarship enabled them to offer 11,000 of the applicants the much-needed relief.
You must be a very good performer. That will be your contribution to earning the scholarship. The second one is your value systems. It's an elaborate, very elaborate selection. We'll even visit you at home. And the third criteria, you are in financial need. This is not a scholarship for every child.
The Mastercard Foundation, partnering with USIU for a 10-year period, has received over 6,000 applications for each intake advertised. Only 101 qualified and were offered the scholarships in the third and most recent intake.
It targets young people, young women who have the majority of the percentage, refugee youth, and then we have youth with disability.
Most of the scholars apply hoping at the very least their tuition will be covered. But the right scholarships line a path to a successful future. The National Government Constituency Development Fund awards bursaries to needy children on perhaps a larger scale compared to corporates. However, the CEO of the board, Yusuf Mbuno, says the need is more than the funds allocated annually.
On average, like last financial year, we managed to finance a total of
about 800,000 students across the country. We receive so many, depending on, because we finance students in second schools, we finance students in the universities, students who are in other mid-level colleges.
The application forms for the bursaries can be collected by the applicants from government offices such as the chiefs, constituency offices and on the websites of various constituencies. To ensure only deserving learners are awarded the bursaries, the board recommends a participatory exercise.
It is a requirement that every constituency conducts open forums involving wananchi, so that wananchi in every ward, in every sublocation can be able to participate in identifying and determining the students who are deserving.
However, complaints of deserving students missing out even after applying always come to the fore.
We get many applicants compared to the fund that we have, and we discourage constituencies from trying to ensure that they give everybody, because that way they will not be able to achieve the objective.
And so it goes. Many will seek, but only few will find. Ultimately, only the most outstanding academically make the cut. Mashirima Kapombe, Citizen TV.